My name is Elizabeth Ruggiero. I am a PhD marriage and family therapist. I've been a clinical supervisor for probably way too long. I have been working with families since 2001. I'm going to go off script. I had a beautiful thing written, but everybody's already said it. So what I'd like to do is actually just kind of enlighten you as what happens when these children and everybody else is talking about come to a clinician. We see less fighting, interrogating, and abuse when it's a shared joint custody. When you level the playing field and both parents know that they have a shot at working with these kids, there's less controversy. We have a level playing field. There's a threshold that we can start with. So instead of us as clinicians sitting there having to take 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 sessions working with these people to get through the fact that something's not fair or that a judge didn't listen to them or that they love their children. And I'm going to be pretty blunt. Everybody so far sitting up here said the parents. I'm going to say it. Fathers. I'm seeing way too many fathers that do not have contact with their children. And that is what's wrong right now with everything. I'll say it. It's what's wrong. I need more fathers putting their hands beautifully on children. I need them throwing footballs, and I need them spending their time with their children. And when I have to fight with a system, the other reason that you won't hear too many clinicians sit up here is because we're scared. When I called my colleagues and I said, "Do you want to come sit with me?" They said no. When I call my colleagues and I ask them, "How much time do you spend in court?" They say none. We are afraid to go to court. It costs double to get me into court than it does a lawyer because I am sick and tired of being beat up. Because instead of me going in there and being able to say, "Yes, Your Honor, judges, everybody, they need 2 parents," all the evidence that's sitting in front of you that everybody else is going to stand up here that I have this eloquent speech written to say, we need both parents, we need both parents, we need both parents. I spend all my time and money and energy doing that. We know this. You know this. What also happens that I want to be really clear about is this is what happens in therapy. Has any of you ever done a group project? Because you should have some trauma if you went to school and had to do a group project. Now, if you had to do a group project and you went into it knowing that you were the kid that was going to carry it all and that you had the 2 athletes, then weren't going to do anything per se. You already go into the group project not wanting to do it because you're going to do all the work. Now I'm speaking on behalf of a lot of mothers. I was a single mother. I had to raise my children alone. I would have done anything to beg for my husband to come in and help me. He didn't. That's me. I was also raised by a father. That's me. But I see day in and day out, we don't have enough of both parents in these situations. My job would be easier. My clinicians would go to court more often. We'd have a level playing field, and we would be able to talk to the kids about their problems and the parents about how they're not co-parenting together instead of this unequitable, unfair, unjust way that it's being done now. I have too many fathers that do not have access to their children, and it's still happening. And it'll happen when I walk out of here, and it'll happen tomorrow, and it'll happen next week. It happens way too often, and you will not hear that from enough clinicians. It won't happen because we're too scared to sit here. We're too scared to go to court. We're scared because it goes against us to say what it is that I'm saying. That's it. Any questions?